Oh, Lord.
She just had that shot in the last video.
You just started talking.
I know.
You totally busted me.
I did.
I didn't drink. See, look.
Still just a shot.
It's not.
So, I like to think of myself as somewhat of an anthropologist.
Oh, this is such a good topic.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up.
There is a subculture in America. We have goths, nerds, geeks, bandoids, jocks, brown-nosers, greasers. We have all these hippies. New Agers.
Yes.
Right-wing nuts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is one that I have identified, and then after consultation with my peer here, we have confirmed that exists in North America that we like to call the brown man.
We love the brown man.
We love the brown man. This has nothing to do with ethnicity, color of skin, and as we go on, you'll understand what we're talking about. But I think everybody that has a presence on the internet or has gone to a gun show has run into a brown man.
Well, it's not just at gun shows. It's not just a conservative phenomenon. It exists in the progressive community as well.
Yeah, but they're called the Enlightened ones.
That's true.
We are specifically speaking of the North American brown man, and they are typically conservative.
Okay.
They're conservative. The brown man is a conservative entity. What the brown man is, and I'm sure you've encountered this when commenting on posts, the brown man generally knows more than you do about whatever it is being discussed. Now, there are a lot of know-it-alls. But in the case of a brown man, they actually do know more than you. And not only do they know more than you, they're not afraid to let you know about it.
Because actually, when you talk about their chosen a focus, they are more than happy to let you know everything that they know about it.
Yeah.
Especially if you start off with an incorrect assumption.
Now, from the outward appearance, the brown man generally, if you go to a gun show, you'll encounter this brown man quite a bit. They're the guy at the booth.
Or a comic convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they pick up a rifle to look at it, say they're going to buy it, but they really have no intention of buying it, they make it appear as if they wrote the entire encyclopedia about gun inspections. The way they even open the bolt and look down the barrel makes you ashamed that you ever even picked up a gun. You're not worthy to pick up a gun in their presence.
That's true.
Yeah. The brown man usually has brown hair and brown eyes, we've noticed. They tend to wear brown. That's where I got the name from. Brown pants, brown khaki pants, brown button-up shirts. They like brown for some reason.
They have a real Jedi thing going on.
Yeah, they're like Jedis. The brown man will be versed in every conspiracy known to man, and
all
usually
the best ones.
Everyone, they know them all.
And they don't know just the cover of the conspiracy story, but they know like 8 onion layers deep into the conspiracy.
Because they worked for the agency.
Right. They're always like ex-NSA or...
Yeah. Back in Nam, when we were in the Ding 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 Valley, I came across a man who happens to know about the alien abductions taking place in Montana. But you can't vet him. It's like, well, he really was in the Ding Yang 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 Valley, and he really did come into contact with a guy who claims to have known about the alien abductions in Montana.
Because their stories ring true. They have the ring.
And they're irritating. I hate being in the presence of a brown man.
But isn't it fascinating at the same time? I mean, don't you just want to sit back and listen to what they have to say?
No, most of the time I'm like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up. I can't stand you. Shut up. But usually they're ex-military or ex-law enforcement, ex-intelligence community, NSA. They have a connection somehow to whatever. You could be talking about quilting, and these brown men knew the woman who invented cloth.
Right.
It's
that deep.
Shut up.
It's totally that deep.
The brown man also, they have a polarity.
What are we doing
You
here?
keep pulling the cord there, baby.
It's my badonkadonk. There.
They will lean either positive or negative. Some brown men will promote the conspiracy as the God's honest truth, and those of you who don't understand it are just too dumb to understand what they're talking about. Then the negative side of the brown man is the one who debunks every conspiracy theory, and if you don't understand it, guess what?
One.
You're too stupid to understand it.
Mm-hmm. They're leaving no room for Santa Claus.
No.
No
room for Jesus.
No room for hope. No room for magic.
No
room for
it's just
imagination.
Brown men mythology, and you can't get around it.
Well, they want to make sure that you're on the right track.
For those of you who like to read reviews about knives or swords, the brown man is the guy. It doesn't matter what the product is. It could be a Cold River knife and tool folding knife. They're the first person to immediately post on the comment section, well, what you need to do is go out and buy the Cold Steel version of this. Like, I don't have $500 but you do, because you're a brown man. Mm-hmm. And you worked for the government on some secret.
And now they're always on, like, some sort of disability or...
Always on disability.
They have some, or they're smart, so they've had some sort of court settlement where they can live their life out doing what they please during the day.
Not like us.
Right.
Because I'm not a brown man. I want to be a brown man. I hate them, but I want to be one, but I'm not.
Because you're jealous, but you admire, yes, you admire them.
I admire the qualities of brown manness that they
exude.
They do.
They exude.
They do. There's no getting around it. Brown men tend to be into ham radios. I think, iconically, if you had to say, well, name a celebrity that's a brown man, Art Bell.
Yeah.
Art Bell, the old.
Not George Norrie.
Not George Norrie is not a brown man.
Well, George is very social.
He is.
He's an extremely social man. But Art Bell.
Was the archetype of a brown man.
Sláinte.
He was a ham radio operator. He knew everything. And when people, and one thing a brown man can't abide is bullshit.
Right.
They will call you on bullshit. I can't name the times Art Bell on his program would have a caller call in, and he'd just pretty much be like, "You're an idiot. I'm going to hang up now because you're just dumb." Mm-hmm. So that's another trait of brown men. They're pervasive and everything. Now, Tracey had mentioned that the progressive side, I happen to come from a conservative background. Tracey's more liberal. We call them the enlightened ones.
They're very enlightened.
They are so enlightened, they can't wait to look down their nose at you for how unenlightened you might be.
And their focuses tend to be more on habit life, concerning spiritual matters. And I'm all for that, and I try to practice myself. Although I take more of a midline route. As you can tell,
she's not a brown woman.
I mean, I enjoy looking at other perspectives. My husband's a conservative. I mean, he's pretty conservative.
I'm a constitutionalist.
Yes, but you're still on the conservative end.
Yeah.
And I enjoy hearing, the opposite end of the thinking, and I enjoy weighing it against what I already know and what I believe, and so that puts me in a position to not be quite as zealous as you'd need to be, or zealous, let's say. I'm pronouncing like Gavin now.
Yeah. That's my son.
He says
he likes to watch documentaries.
We love it. We're always like, yoo-hoo, another Gavinism.
The enlightened ones like to talk about things like chakras and energy channels.
And I like to talk about those too.
Well, yeah, but these guys look down their nose at you like you don't understand. Well, I come from a martial background. You're going to need to prove that to me. But they never really are capable of proving it.
No, now we're bleeding into the energy work charlatan genre, a subculture audience. Right?
My mistake.
So we need to stay in with the truly enlightened ones that actually are doing amazing things with their work. And, well, you see, you're all for the brown man because you can't see the progressive end of the other side. You have to stretch you just like taffy, baby. Just stretch it.
Well, either way, both versions, the brown man and the enlightened one, are annoying as fuck. I can't stand either one of them.
Yeah.
But I aspire to be one of them.
Mm-hmm. I think we all do, and part of this is that fox with the grapes, you know.
So what you should do is spend the next week identifying the brown men in your life, or possibly the enlightened ones, depending on which way you lean.
Right.
And once you identify them, then it's a lot easier to deal with them.
Yeah, it is, because then you can open yourself up and just kind of get your pride out of the way and listen for a change.
Yeah. All right. Till next time.